Hello everyone, thank you for joining. I am Jisary and I welcome you to my channel where I do all different kinds of creative content. In today's video, I finally come around to something I wanted to do in a while now. Today, I will finish an old art piece of mine. And I want to follow a few rules for this. Yes, I don't know what it is, but I like to make rules for myself. And spreadsheets. Number 1. I will try to keep as much of the original picture as possible. I will try to keep colors, line art, whatever there is. However, I will fix aspects of the picture that are wrong or really ugly and make adjustments to improve the original material. But as I said, I will keep it as intact as I can. And number 2, I will try to finish it in a way that I originally intended. For me, when I draw, most of the times I have a clear idea in mind of what I want to do. Or the idea develops while I draw. The reason for me stopping and not finishing what I started is mostly that I lose motivation over different reasons, like me not liking the picture. At least this is how it used to be. Another classic give up moment is when I notice I'm just not able to do what I wanted to, and it doesn't live up to my personal expectations. That always frustrated me to no end. A few years back, this was the number one reason for me to leave illustrations unfinished. So, for this challenge, I will try to follow my initial idea as closely as possible. Well, at least as far as I remember it. For my first try finishing an older picture of mine, I brought an old one. A very old one. From 2018, in fact. I chose this gem of an illustration. Wow, looking at it makes my skin crawl a bit. I wasn't in the best mindset back then, and I remember that I wanted to start creating more cozy pictures. You know, using warmer colors, illustrate people who smile. You know, friendly stuff. Up until that point, I used to prioritize more grim and darker motives. And my characters always had some form of mental or physical damage, which was a little depressing. So I remember I wanted to change this back then, and this was my first attempt at that. A woman with a friendly smile, with an intense back sun submerging her into a warm summer evening light. Well, you see how it turned out. I gave up when I started working on the lighting. Interesting choice to start working on the shadows before she has all the base colors filled in. So, let's see what we learned and if we can save this poor woman from the never-ending sorrows of unfinished artworks. Here we go. Okay, I will start with checking what is on the different layers and see what we can reuse. I added shadows to the base color layer directly. Interesting choice. So I cannot use that really. There's a hair color layer which we can make use of. And the outlines. That's about it. The eyes layer is totally screwed up. And then there are the scribbles. Okay, let's tidy the layers up a little and name them in a way so that we can navigate everything quickly. Let's actually start with fixing the outlines. Normally, I would redraw them completely as the quality is not great and the composition is pretty stiff. But following rule number 1, we will keep it. I will fix her face though, it looks a little out of proportion. I don't think I regularly flipped the canvas back then to check the anatomy. I also don't like the hair, it looks so thin and stringy. I will give her a bit more hair that is a bit more wavy. That will create better contrast for the intense lighting later. And I will also think her clothes through a little more. Let's make the band holder thingy in the middle a metal brooch. I also feel like she needs a hair accessory. She has a lot of hair. So let's give her a nice bow maybe that fits to her hairband. And I will give some more definition to the shirt and the side piece. I think it is supposed to be open on the sides? I'm not sure. I will give her some strings that keep the front and back tied together. There is a strong sun in the back, so let's assume that it is summer and hot, so a short top makes sense. I will fix some other proportional mistakes and then we continue with the colors. I will keep the original hair color layer and adjust it to the new hair that we added. The skin layer is not usable, as it is merged with the shadows, so we will take the base color of it and fill in the skin on a new layer. But I will keep the original skin layer for reference, at least for now. Blah! Creepy jump scare! Let's take the basic green tone from the creepy eye layer and get rid of whatever this is. Now we go from part to part and fill in colors as they fit. I don't think I had a clear idea back then about the color palette. Well, besides wanting to make it friendlier than usual. As a complementary contrast to the eyes, let's make her hair accessories red. The bands on the shirt I feel like would look nice in a desaturated bluish tone, you know, to add a little coldness for all the warmth. The brooch looks nice in gold. And the shirt I feel like should be on the brighter side. Let's see. I think I will keep it off-white. It shouldn't distract from the face. Okay then. Now we fill in the base shadows. I will make them quite dark as we want to have strong backlighting. I will put the layer on multiply and have the shadows slightly reddish for a warm feeling. I never know how to shadow the hair. I always go back and forth on what I like and what I don't like. I will probably add 2 multiply layers and 2 lighting layers. Let's see how it looks in the end. Dang, I really need to adjust my brushes. Not long ago, I got a new PC and had to reinstall Clip Studio Paint. And I lost all my brushes. I currently only work with the regular default ones and I don't like how they blend. It looks so dirty. I don't know. I really need to spend some time to find better brush settings for what I want. This is the part I like least about digital drawing. So let's see how we do the lighting. Usually I do a color dodge layer and a glow layer, but lately I'm not so happy with that. I want something else, but I'm not sure yet what. So let's try around a little. Not happy yet. Let's add some eye coloring to make a break from the lighting. Okay then, back to the lighting. I always jump back and forth with myself if I want to go more of a semi-realistic or cel shading route. At some point I should probably decide. Oh well, I spent enough time on it and we will add more lighting and shadows anyway later. So let's keep it like it is and prepare for the intense backlighting. I will now add the shadows that come from the back. Bigger, broader strokes that help define the form of the body and give her more depth. I will do the same with the lighting and add a lot of glow through all the cracks that are in her hair, so that it looks like there is a light source behind her. And as usual, I will end with a details layer to fix whatever I don't like or to add smaller touches. Since the outlines were not the best quality, there is a lot to fix. A lot of empty pixels and other outliers. So let's go over the picture, fix those and add some more details. And there we go. It is done. Let's see how it looks. Well, not gonna lie, I don't love it. I think it's fine. And to be honest, I think it is also what I intended back then, but I have created better art in the last year. Well, not every illustration can be a winner, I guess. I'm still happy that we finished this old art piece of mine. It was sleeping in the drawer for about 7 years, so at least I can put it to rest now. What do you think? Do you like it? Would you have done something differently? Let me know in the comments. And also let me know how you like this format. and if you want to see more of it. I have a whole heap of old art that I never finished, and I would be happy to continue closing their chapters as well. It is a good feeling, like finally finishing that book that you started reading years ago, or watching that movie finally you fell asleep to back then. Okay, I will take my leave now. Thanks again for all your support. It means the world to me and motivates me every day to draw and edit these videos. Stay healthy and comfy. Until we meet again.